Hi, I'm Phil. This is Phil with Phacts, and today we are making whey. Yeah, whey. So this is going to be a detailed video with step-by-step instructions on how to make whey that you can then use to make blend. So to start, you're going to need a gallon of milk. The better the quality of the milk, the better the quality of the whey will be. So you want to try to get something that's non-pasteurized, not homogenized, which is very difficult to get in most cities. I have a pasteurized, homogenized milk right here. It's going to work just as well. It's just going to take a little bit longer to clear out once you start fermenting. And that's okay. We'll give it a little bit more time. It'll be perfect. So to start, we're going to take our milk. We're going to add it to a pot that's big enough. Yes, it's important that the pot is big enough to hold the volume of liquid you want to bring to a simmer without it overflowing or bubbling. And next we're going to bring it to about 190 degrees Fahrenheit. I think it's about 20 degrees Celsius. You want to stir this on occasion, and once you hit 190 degrees, we'll see the next step. While we wait for this to come up to a simmer, we're going to talk about lemons. So my recipe and what I find works the best is I use 1 cup of lemon juice per gallon of milk. If I make a gallon and a half, I use a cup and a half of juice. I like to use fresh. However, if all you have is pre-juiced lemons, like those little bottles of squeezed lemon juice, that'll work just fine. If you want to substitute lemons for limes because they're more readily available, lime juice will work. It'll do the same thing. If you have rennet, which is a cheese making item or ingredient, you can use that and that will still make whey. Literally, you're just trying to separate the curds from the wheys. That's the whole point of this process. You really can't use things like orange juice. I mean, enough of it will, but it's not the flavors you want. It's not going to work exactly the same. And better quality of the milk. And I mean, the rawer the milk or the more natural the milk, the better the curds and wheys will separate. If they don't fully separate or you still have a lot of white milkiness to your whey, it's still going to work. As I said, it's still going to brew. It's just going to take a little longer to clear out, but it will clear out, so that's not a big deal. I'm going to start juicing my lemons. Okay, so as it approaches 190 degrees, you just want to keep stirring it in on occasion. And once you hit your target temperature, you're going to turn off any of the heating element, add your lemon juice, give it a couple more real good stirs so that everything's incorporated, the lemon juice and the milk. You're then going to take a lid, and you're not going to touch this for another 20 minutes. Okay, so after 20 minutes, the curds and the whey started to separate. And as you can see, there's a distinction between both of them. So what we want to do now is get all the liquids into a pitcher without reincorporating all the curds back into the whey. So you don't want to stir it, you don't want to agitate it. You really just want to get it from here and get it into here. Carefully, because it is still hot. Alright, so after you finish pouring, what you're going to have is, besides an empty pot, you're going to have a bunch of curds and a pitcher of whey. Now the whey we're going to use to ferment blend, so that was our purposes for separating them. The curds, there's a bunch of things you can do. They're 100% edible as is, but they're cheese, essentially is what they are. There's plenty of recipes where you can turn this into a cheese or something really good or wonderful, you don't just have to throw it out. But now we have our whey, and now we can make bland. If you guys would like to know how to make bland, please check out one of my videos on it. Other than that, I'm Phil. This is Phil with Phacts. And until next time, guys, cheers.